Do you think Christians should learn from various denominations across the spectrum of Christianity?
That's the easiest one. Yes, I am. I'm as ecumenical as anybody you're probably going to meet. Now, part of the reason for that may not be the best reason, but it's still, I don't know, it's I mean, through no fault of my own, I don't think it's a fault, or at least it's maybe a fault, but it's no fault of my own. I am a non-denominational Christian. It wasn't that I necessarily chose that. It's just what happened. It's just what happened. I came into the faith through the Jesus movement and accidentally started a church, more or less accidentally. And I've stayed with it now for 40 years. And I don't know that that's a good idea, the idea of non-denominational. I see that as, I could critique it. I see the problems with it. On the other hand, what that has done for me, and that took me a long time to figure this out, but it's allowed me to have deep respect for the entire body of Christ. And since I don't have any particular allegiance to one, I mean, by default, I suppose you would say I'm Protestant in that I'm not Catholic or Orthodox, and then that becomes the default position of Protestant, but I'm not really protesting. It's just where I began. I look at the body of Christ, and I'm not saying this is the reality. This is just my model. I'm not saying it's subjective, I'm sure, but I think of the body as like a 7-branch menorah consisting of Eastern Orthodox, Roman Catholic, Anglican Communion, Protestant in its so many various forms, Anabaptist, don't forget the Anabaptist, Evangelical, and Charismatic Pentecostal. That's how I look at it. And I have admiration for all 7 of those expressions, and I could imagine myself as Orthodox or Catholic or Anglican very easily. Anabaptist, I mean, I share a lot in common with Anabaptists. I just don't happen to officially be one. And I'm too high church to just be only Anabaptist. I guess I am some version of evangelical, although never at any point in my life have I ever self-identified as an evangelical. I just haven't. And I'm certainly, have charismatic roots. So I think they all have truth. And they all are custodians of various treasures. And I have zero interest. I have zero interest in trying to convert one to another. I'm not interested in turning evangelicals into Orthodox. I'm not interested in turning, Catholics into Anglicans or Anabaptists into Pentecostals. To what extent my voice through writing and preaching can help people have a more vital, living relationship with Jesus Christ, that's what I'm all about. I did have 1 year, it would have been about 2017, I believe, where for whatever reason, I got to speak in all 7 of those kind of expressions. I did speak at an Orthodox conference. I did speak at a Catholic monastery. I did speak at a bunch of Anglican things and Protestant, et cetera, go down the list. And I like that. I mean, I can, if you want me to find fault with all of them, I can do that too, but who wants to do that? I'm not looking for the one true church. I mean, if you are, God bless you, good luck. I found the one true, it's the church. It's the church in its ecumenical width and historical length. And so the value of being ecumenical like that. Now, you can be ecumenical and not be in my situation where I'm just kind of more or less non-denominational, or not more or less, I am. You can belong to one, and I think that's probably the best. I solidly belong here, and yet appreciate the contributions and access some of their treasures by how you read or friendships or that sort of thing. So I'm a big advocate of ecumenicalism as opposed to this sectarian divisiveness that is so ugly and that Christ clearly does not love.